What simple changes can you make in your everyday life to immerse yourself without going to the country of your target language? Well, stick around, because I'm going to tell you all about those in today's video. Ciao raga, come state? Io mi chiamo Jake Dante. Welcome back to Italian in Depth, where I explain which resources and methods work best when learning a language. If you enjoy my videos, please consider subscribing and spreading the word, and also please consider following my Instagram, which I'm more active on in between video releases. I have daily song recommendations to improve your comprehension, and words and phrases of the day, so you're always learning something. With all that said, let's dive into today's topic, which is methods of immersion. As I mentioned in my last video on resources for learning, immersion is essentially the best way to learn a language. And even though it becomes increasingly difficult as you age to achieve fluency like that of a native, it's still really helpful to have native speakers around to listen to and to talk to. But what if you're not surrounded by native speakers? What can you do to immerse yourself without having to leave your environment? There are really quite a few things you can do, but I'm going to go over some basic ones in this video. I'll start by asking you this. How much time do you spend on your phone every day? How about on your computer or laptop? I'll get even more specific. How many times a day do you Google something, or check your Facebook, or some other social media? Several times a day? Maybe it amounts to a couple of hours? At least once each day of the week? Well, here's what I've got to say about that. It's very easy to take advantage of that and learn passively. You can start by changing your phone language to Italian. You should be able to do it in your settings on pretty much any phone. I personally tried it out on an iPhone and a Motorola Android, so I can tell you from first-hand experience that those two will work. This is a big first step in immersing yourself, so if you're on your phone often, this is going to be very helpful. System alerts, most types of notifications, and a lot more will now all show up in Italian. It's pretty straightforward, but if you have trouble for some reason, just Google how to do it for your specific device. Speaking of Google, that's another really excellent utility to use to your benefit. Once you go into your settings and change your account to be in Italian, your whole Googling experience will be filtered into that language. And if you have Gmail, changing your account language automatically filters all direct communications from Gmail into Italian. If you use any social media, it's also really helpful to change those websites into Italian too. Quick side note, I found that the apps and desktop versions of most social media platforms function a little differently from each other. For Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, if your phone is set to Italian, then those apps will be too. However, Instagram is the only one out of those three whose language you can actually change in the app itself. But in the desktop version, you can change the language there manually and it'll stay that way, regardless of what language your computer's in. Also, if you play video games, changing your console language to Italian is pretty useful too. In fact, some games even have Italian audio and subtitles amongst other languages in addition to the original English format they came in. Some big names include Skyrim, Assassin's Creed, Black Ops 4, and Just Cause 3. So, setting all these things to Italian and learning to navigate them that way as you use them daily will really come in handy. And the last method I want to mention is sticky notes. Think of all the things you see repetitively each day. The trash, the floor, the wall, the ceiling, the door, the window, your bed, your shoes, all of them. Now, take sticky notes and look up the Italian words for all of those things and attach them so you see them every day and come to memorize them. All of these methods can be easily integrated into your everyday lives and will be really helpful if you stay faithful to them, even if you don't understand everything all the time. Consistency is key here. I'd just like to mention that there are many more things that you can do to immerse yourself, like meet Italian speakers online, and follow Italian newspapers, celebrities, and personalities on social media, and listen to Italian music. However, I'm saving all those for separate videos in the future so I can talk about each of them in depth individually and give you guys all the necessary information without it getting overwhelming. That being said, I'm really excited to make those videos and I have even more stuff in mind that I want to talk about too. And that about wraps up today's video. Next week, I'll be talking about how you can meet and befriend Italian speakers online so you can further immerse yourself and also make some meaningful connections in the process. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video has been helpful. If you liked it, please consider subscribing and spreading the word. Also, please consider following me on my Instagram where I'll be more active in between videos. E niente, grazie ancora raga, ci risentiamo, ciao!